Okay, y'all. As promised, here is me and my husband's closet. Mine and my husband's closet. That's how I would say it. And yeah, we have been storing Christmas stuff in here, but instead of neatly putting our other things back, we just threw them on the floor and didn't make room. Now that right there, that pile is not as high as it looks. It looks like it's a huge pile of clothes, but it's actually not. There are a ton of Christmas gifts underneath it. So that's why that was there. My husband actually did not pile clothes up to his knees. I'm not saying he has never done that, and I'm not saying I've never done that, but in this case, that's what's going on. What's going on over here in my little corner of the closet is I would pull stuff out and something would fall down, and I had all those bags underneath it, and I just didn't bother to pick it up. So I needed to come in here and pull all the Christmas stuff out. So I made sure I didn't have duplicates of stuff, or I didn't need to get something, and I just needed to get this back in order. So I'm not going to make excuses for this, y'all. I am naturally, I guess, a clutter magnet. I have no one to blame but myself. My process right now is to get rid of a bunch of stuff. That's what I've been doing over the last year, is just really decluttering. I can't have a lot of things at this point in my life and keep a clean house. And I finally have accepted that. So until I get to a point where things are easier for me to clean, I'm just going to keep getting rid of stuff. And it's not that I'm punishing myself, but I can't have a lot of stuff around me because I guess it's just kind of like dirt. It just, more clutter's drawn to it, more dirt's drawn to it. So my method for what I'm doing here is I just pulled everything out that was on the floor and I sorted through it and put the stuff that went to the Christmas things over there on the other side. Clothes that needed to go up, I put those up. So that's really all I was doing here. So I've been normally asking myself, what am I going to do differently to prevent this? In this case, that's not a question I was asking myself. I was just trying to reset it and get it back to where it was. I can blame on Christmas. Now, it could have been put back in, everything could have been put up neatly. It could have been a little cramped, but still organized. And I just didn't take the time to do it. And I can give you a bazillion excuses why. And obviously it was, I just didn't want to enough. I mean, I wanted it clean, but I didn't want to put the effort in, and that's all there is to it. That's not a good excuse, and that's not okay, but that is what happened. So, as you know, over this last year, I've really tried to take some big steps to changing how I run my house, how I run my finances, all that other stuff. And the biggest thing that I have done was to close my Amazon credit cards and to disable the one-click option. I, there for a while, was really bad to just buy stuff off Amazon and, not really think about the repercussions. So my husband and I decided that we weren't going to do that anymore. So we no longer have an Amazon credit card. Another thing, I avoid thrift stores because for whatever reason, I have a really big problem with thrift stores. I don't know what it is. I was talking about Amazon, and there you go with the packages. We still do a lot of our shopping there, but I do it once a month, and you normally leave things in the cart, so I have time to think about it. And then when I usually go to check out, I don't actually want the item after all anyway. I got my nephew that little drum set for Christmas. I know, what kind of sister would I be if I didn't torment my sister with, a very loud gift. And then I got my oldest son Atticus socks and underwear because when I asked him what he wanted for Christmas, he said, "Mom, I'm a grown man. I don't want you to get me anything for Christmas." So I thought, well, fine. I mean, I'm your mother. I'm going to get you something. So what better grown man gift than socks and underwear? I got him some beef jerky and stuff too. But y'all, I was amazed at how expensive the underwear was. It was like $30 for like a 12 pack. And there may have been more than that, but I mean, that is just ridiculous. So y'all heard me say in my last video, I needed to make my bed or wash my bed, and I'm just now getting to it. But you know what? I'm getting to it, and that's fine. And I didn't spill anything in my bed because I haven't really been eating in my bed, so which is a plus. I didn't really do that on purpose, but if I come back in my bed in the mornings with my coffee and stuff, I tend to want to go back to sleep. So we're just doing some laundry here, and little JoJo wanted to help. And as I'm doing this voiceover, it's Wednesday. I know you guys are seeing this Thursday, but it was his birthday today, and he is 6 years old. I cannot believe it. It is just amazing to me how time has flown by. I was laughing, thinking about Facebook memories. He weighed 9 pounds, 13 ounces, and I didn't have my last ultrasound, so they didn't know how much he was going to weigh. They said, you'll be lucky if this baby weighs 7 pounds. Yeah, as y'all heard, 9 pounds, 13 ounces. They said if I had any more, they would be at least 10. So, I had the surgery and stuff, so now no longer, my tubes are tied and all that jazz. But anyway, that's where we're at now. So, but anyway, he's 6 and I'm excited. He's got a little celebration at church tonight. They're having like a little Christmas party type thing. So we got some cupcakes for him to take. I do try to kind of separate Christmas and his birthday, but he loves Christmas so much that he always ends up wanting to incorporate something into it. As y'all can see, he is my little helper. He told Jeremy last night, he got out of the bed and snuggled. And Jeremy said, all right, buddy, when you hit 6, he said, that's when you have to start sleeping in your bed. He's like, you can't, you gotta go in there. And Joe said, well, Daddy, I'm still 5 tonight. So we'll see how far that goes, y'all. I did move the dog kennel into my room. That is Lulu's. She doesn't really go in there. I have a dog bed in there for her, but she normally sleeps up on the bed with me and Jeremy. Right now, she's literally sitting beside me as I'm doing this. She is a Shih Tzu. She is almost 6 years old. She had lost her eye, one of her eyes about 4 years ago. And if you guys are familiar with the breed, then you'll know that they have really, really bad eye problem, or a history of bad eye problems. I guess any eye problem is bad. And now she is completely blind. So we have been, making sure to take the extra steps to make sure she's comfortable and, just do the best she can to accommodate it. She's got the greatest disposition. So, she's just happy-go-lucky. So it has taken a little bit of getting used to for her. But, Trixie, my best friend Derek, was telling me the animals tend to kind of bond together in this way. And I've noticed Trixie's been kind of trying to guide her here and there, but then she wants to play and I got to kind of separate them. But so anyway, I put her kennel right there and I put the dog bed in it. So she does have a place to go, just in case, but she is 100% supervised now. So, I don't know. It's just there because I felt like it's what I should do. But here, y'all, I'm just doing a little bit of dishes. My kids had unloaded the dishwasher and did most of the stuff, so I was washing these big ones. I could not get this crock pot clean, so I've been using this Dawn degreaser that my neighbor recommended. And I'll be honest, at first, I was having a hard time figuring out how to use it, but I have noticed it does really well with, like, leftover junk and stuff in here. So I'm just going to let it sit for just a little bit. I say a little bit, and it's currently been sitting for about 30 minutes. So it's really, really strong. I don't know what else to use it on. I'm sure I'll find something as I go along. I was thinking about my grill, but I'm honestly not concerned about cooking on my grill right now because it's just too cold. But see, that's all I did right here is just let it soak a little bit. As I've said many times before, I love bleach. I don't use bleach a lot. I try to use it about once a week just to disinfect my surfaces. I have been using it a lot more, particularly in my kitchen, just because of flu season. So that's why you've seen me use it in just about every video I've had where I've been doing my dishes. But I just use a little bit of cleanup bleach in here. I did go over the sink first with Dawn just to clean it, and then I used the Clorox to sanitize it. I haven't used my pine saw that I bought the other day, y'all. How do you guys use your pine saw? I guess it's just a multi-purpose cleaner. I don't know why I've never used it before. I guess I just assumed I wouldn't like the smell, but I have seen so many other YouTubers use it that I'm getting kind of excited to use it. So maybe we'll do that in my next video. I kept those cleaning sounds in there just because I thought it'd be neat. I First, I realized I forgot to mute the sound, but then I was like, you know what? Sorry, y'all, my washing machine just went off, or my dryer did. At first, I was like, I better mute this. I was like, oh no, it sounds kind of neat. I know there's like whole channels dedicated, I guess they're ASMR, to like the sounds of cleaning, which I never really thought about it, but that does sound neat, I guess. I'm sure I'll end up checking it out. I just downloaded TikTok, and I've been going down that rabbit hole. I have to make myself quit watching it. But I tell you what, that algorithm, the things that it recommends make me question my choices sometimes. I'm like, why in the world would you think I'd want to watch this? But, it is what it is. I know they say once you like things a certain amount of time, it'll start recommending better things. Obviously, you guys, I don't really think I need to explain what I'm doing here, but I am wrapping gifts. So I have a couple more left, but I think I'm going to let my husband wrap them because honestly, I'm burned out with wrapping. I don't enjoy wrapping. I'm not very good at wrapping. But I think I'm not good at wrapping because I don't want to take the time and do it. I know some people absolutely love it. My sister, she does. Me, no. I do want all my gifts wrapped though with wrapping paper. I don't like to put things in gift bags, but I went and got my sister's Christmas gift because she, like I said, she was the last one I forgot. Well, I didn't forget to buy for her. She's just difficult. So my brother-in-law and I were trying to figure out what to get her. And I was like, I thought about just getting her a gift card. But then I was like, well, if I go get her a gift card, I'm afraid she'll think it's too impersonal. So I was like, I'll just make sure that I get her a really nice gift set from Ulta and keep the gift receipt because she's not too shy to return something. And that solves that right there. I tell you one thing, when I wrap though, I do not like to waste paper. It drives me nuts because I do know how wasteful wrapping gifts in general is. But even still, I do not like to waste. So I try to make sure that I get every piece of paper in here, and I call them my quilt presents, because if I miscalculate and cut something too short or whatnot, I am not too good to go find a piece of spare wrapping paper and just tape it on. But here are my husband's gifts. I had been putting off wrapping those because he had been keeping Joe for me and stuff when I was wrapping the other ones. And this day I was just like, I got to get his stuff wrapped. And that's what I did. Again, y'all, I know I've said it a bazillion times. Love this wrapping paper. Got it at Sam's. Great price. It's like you get 2 rolls in one because you can switch it back and forth. And here we are. I'm going to fold some laundry. Now, obviously, this is out of sequence because I put my sheets on and stuff, but I always like to save folding the laundry for the end of the video. I have been speeding it up a little bit more because I feel like it's fun to watch if it goes super fast, but it gets kind of boring if it's slow. So what I was doing with some of the clothes, you'll see me tossing them off screen, and there's a laundry basket down there. So my son, my 13-year-old, had some of his clothes mixed up in ours, so I was just throwing them over there for him. And then I've put Joe's in a laundry basket so I can put his up later. Now, my husband and I, for the most part, are shirts, and we do not fold. We don't have dressers or anything because we will just junk them up. So we hang almost all of our stuff. And that's why I'm just kind of throwing them off over there. I do fold my husband's stuff, and I do wash it, but I do not put his clothes up. I let him do that. So after the New Year's, you guys know, I'm going to try and do a 3rd video. And I've been thinking about what I wanted to do. I had mentioned that I was thinking about a Thrifty Thursday type thing. And I am not too shy to talk about finances and that type of stuff. And I was, I think I'm just going to show you guys, talk about, it'll be a shorter video. It'll probably be more talking type stuff. But I think the main purpose I'm going to want to do is show you guys what I do to kind of try and save money and cut corners, and then things I'm trying to learn. It's not going to be a teaching or a how-to. It's just going to be here's what I'm doing, and then, open myself up for suggestions because I'm still learning and I need tools and tricks too. And you guys are fantastic for, giving me advice and that type of stuff. So that's kind of what I'm, wanting to do. And I believe that's the direction I'm going to go after I kind of get used to my schedule at work. Because like I said, I'm going to be working 2 nights a week and they're going to be overnight. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to do it. Hopefully it'll come a lot easier than I think it's going to. But I know I'm going to at least do it until I'm going to give it 6 months. So I feel like that's a good step, unless, heaven forbid something happens and it just doesn't work out, and that'll be that. But I'm excited, for that chapter. I really like the lady that I work with. She's awesome. So, which there really aren't too many people I work with that I don't enjoy working with. So, I mean, of course, you got people here and there that you just need to pray for, which, you always need to pray for everyone, but I think y'all are smelling when I'm stepping in here. So I was just putting these clothes up. I hate going through socks. That is one thing, though, I've noticed that I must be doing better, is because the amount of socks that I have to match or mismatched socks, I very rarely have too many. So that makes me feel like I am moving up in life, because it used to be almost my entire load would be mismatched socks, but I've been able to match almost every one of them. Well, I know this is getting towards the end of the video because this was the last thing I did, but I want to thank you all so very much for taking the time out of your day to see what I'm doing with mine. I hope wherever y'all are at, you are having a blessed one, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.